Hello there, as the Turkish folks say. Nasılsına ave? Welcome, my friends. Welcome to the cafe. Aloha, everyone. It is great. I can't really applaud. It's great to see everybody here. Thank you for coming out. Thank you. Now I have to get back to my Serbian roots and say good evening, dobro večer, everybody. It is an honor to be here because we've got a great plus good feature tonight. Gregorio Gomez, give it up for him. Yeah! What an awesome week of this. Like, it's May, I'm all ultra happy, and I took a beer and I didn't even drink it. But I want to try to make this short and quick, though I've got a lot of stuff because it's the beginning of the month. So I thought that I would read a poem that actually was read in the beginning of February, but I don't know how many of you guys might have heard it. It is in the February issue of cc&d magazine. I don't know, this little guy on the cover. I was hoping you guys would get a kick out of it, and because it mentions my husband, and it's our 10-year anniversary this Friday, so I'm like, I don't have any love poems. Well, I do, but they're like 15 minutes long, and I should be reading.
You guys are breaking national records by then.
If we were celebrities, we'd so be breaking national records by like, whoa, it's 3 years and you're still together?
Choir records.
So anyway, this is a poem that I wrote called My Future Job Options. Okay. So I can't hold a job in my own profession, and I can't even get a job at the mall. Not having an income really pisses me off. I want to yell at the world for not giving me the job that I'm owed. I mean, I get to the point where I want to hit things. And that's when it occurred to me, and the frightening thing was telling my husband, is that I'm meant to be a dominatrix. When my analytical side dominates me, I see how it makes perfect sense. No sex, no nudity, just make men feel like shit at an hourly rate. This is really beginning to appeal to me. But after my husband had been adequately frightened, he checked online and told me that it was illegal. Or was he just telling me that because he doesn't want me to do it? But I want it to be legal. I want to say that I legally degrade men for a living and make good money at it, actually. I guess it figures. I found another profession I'm good at, and I still can't get a job. I'm like, I didn't know if people heard it from before, so I had to do that one again. Kate Cullen, I wrote that, and I'm like, Kate Cullen, share that with me, woman. And so, the other really cool thing about the beginning of the month is that my publication organization that I run, Scars Publications, if you know my email address, scars.tv, is the address for the URL for it. We released 2 magazines. I'll tell you about the other one later because it's sitting over there, but cc&d magazine, my baby. I love my little head. I love my guy. cc&d magazine for May came out, and what's odd is I don't have very many short poems in this collection because usually I try to read short poems throughout, and I only saw one short one, and I hope Irene Ferraro doesn't mind my reading this. This is a poem of hers in volume 208 of cc&d magazine, which is available online if you go to scars.tv, cc&d, and there's links, and you can get this 84-page perfect bound book, and it's so gorgeously put together. I've got a something. This is a poem by Irene Ferraro, a very short one called White Moth. White gasp, shriveling energy, spinning a gala in flame, a breath of ivory clinging to night, humid as gauze, stuck in a whisper. Irene, thank you. Obviously, I thought it was So, as I said, cc&d and Down in the Dirt magazine, if anybody's interested in submitting to them, there are email addresses that you can send submissions to. And in fact, a couple of the people that are here have had material published in the past in cc&d, and a couple of people are actually in this issue, including the first person that I'm going to have reading tonight. Now I haven't even read this poem, but we're going to see how I can do it. This is a poem by Dina Stuart, and it is called, let's see how I can do it. Let's see. This is called The Mess. It's a mess, cleaning up this shit. And then there's no shit. I suggested laxatives. She tells me, no, laxatives will just make them bleed. I know this. I'm a nurse. I try to hug her tears away. She says, it doesn't matter. He refuses to eat anyway. She sits heavy in a chair as if they are her bones instead of his that won't bend at the contours of the cushion. Sometimes I think, she tells me, that it might be better to let him die. But we don't, because we love him. We do feed him cottage cheese while he fights us with trapped animal fear. His caregivers have become his imaginary adversaries. He babbles incoherent wisdom while I try to make conversation with his flailing hands. The day ends with his complaining of how cold his feet are, and him wandering around looking for the life someone stole from him. She watches from the kitchen where she practices her exaltations. I kiss him on the forehead, tell him I will see him tomorrow, and he watches my hands, wave goodbye while I exit the house he thinks is not his, only to return tomorrow to the mess. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our first open mic of this evening, Dina